Hello good people, good morning from Dhaka, Bangladesh. Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm doing maybe 2 episodes. First episode I'm going to talk about fragrances. This is going to be about Distinctive Gentlemen. That's going to be the title. And Distinctive Gentlemen basically has no clear-cut definition, but I understand, like, people who speak nicely, they dress, with good taste, as well as they maintain like a good, like a image on themselves, like people respect them. Like if you want to achieve those, these fragrances remind me sort of like that. So yeah, I will talk about second episode. I'll talk about something like yesterday was a very nice special night. I'll talk about that. So I was wearing something that I'll talk about my scent of the night as well there. But let's talk about the 12 fragrances, okay? And I actually am, I picked them up randomly, okay? So I have full review on each. Some of them are affordable, some of them are discontinued, some of them are a little bit expensive, but they're all worth it in my humble opinion. And none of these are all like beast mode. Like not all of them are beast mode. Some of them are moderate, but for the smell, they're here. Okay, so let's go one by one. The first one I'm going to show you is this fragrance. This is one of the most affordable ones in this list. Okay, this is called Khadlaj Shiyaaka Red. Okay, or just simply Shiyaaka. So this perfume, it is inspired by Amouage Reflection Man. I did review the blue one from this line, the Shiyaaka Blue. That one was okay, not bad, but this thing, potency, crazy potency, longevity is very good. And this fragrance, of course, it smells like more affordable version of Reflection Man. There's no doubt about it. I do have the original somewhere down there, few sprays left, but I know the original. The original is far superior with the lavender, beautiful. Like that fragrance is really beautiful. People compare it with Le Male, but this stuff for the $20 odd, $25 that you spend, man, you're gonna smell so classy. It's powdery, it's sweet. Definitely you smell a little bit of spice and like the powderiness, that's what creates this class about this fragrance. So when you wear this and people do not know what you're wearing, if they are familiar with Amouage Reflection Man, they may ask you, are you wearing that fragrance, right? So it smells expensive, right? So this is what made this fragrance, enter in this list, okay? So this is Khadlaj Shiyaaka Red. And just now, I'm speaking a little bit low because just a while back, some crazy drunk kids, like next building rooftop, they were singing very loudly, and I went like, shh, and then I realized if I start screaming while I do the video, that's not polite, isn't it? So the next one, someone shared this information just a while back, like last night in my group. I think maybe Brett Stocks, okay? So I'm not quite sure if I'm wrong, sorry about that. But I heard he said this fragrance apparently is discontinued. And this fragrance, I didn't know like that, about this fragrance. This is called Aramis For Him. Aramis has a lot of great fragrances, okay, in their house. And I did have about 10 maybe altogether, or maybe more, okay? But I want to review some more, okay? So Aramis is very classy. You can see from the bottle, this fragrance is in the list for a reason. If you, let's say, dress up with a suit, a little bit mature, you want to smell, this is a perfect fragrance. It's spicy, kind of, powerhouse. And this is a lot of spices, okay, one thing, but I actually enjoy like the kind of like a citrusy opening that you get is like a sparkling fresh, like imagine Dior Sauvage if it was spicy, okay? So very classy fragrance, very raw power spices. And I don't know if there was cinnamon or whatever is in there, I forgot the note. There are a lot of pepper in there, I remember spices, very spicy, like it's like those, how to say, the aftershaves, if you enjoy those kind of smell, this definitely is one of the OGs, okay? Aramis For Him. Get this before this one goes super rare or super expensive. This used to be only about $35 once, man, that's crazy. Next one of my favorite perfumes to show you all the time, Alfred Dunhill. I will give them so much respect, even though I don't have so many Dunhills today. But this house, I think, is built for gentlemen, okay? You name many fragrances, Dunhill, my favorite one is Icon, right? But apart from this, Dunhill has so many other perfumes which you can like define as a distinctive gentleman, Dunhill's custom, like, or something else, like all those classy bottles. So this one is like a fresh leather scent, okay? It's kind of like a brown leather scent, but opening it smells fresh. So it goes a little bit powdery, but this fragrance goes so well and so long lasting. Projection can be like 7 out of 10, but this smell, it's a beautiful smell. Those who are singing now, they're fighting downstairs, okay? I hope there's a really good fight breaks out, that'll be fun. Sorry, sometimes I don't like rude people when they're drunk and they are very loud, okay? Especially now it's 3:30 a.m. People are sleeping in the weekend, it's not nice. And the dogs also started. Okay, so Dunhill by Alfred Dunhill. This is a very classy perfume, discontinued, little bottle. Now you can still find this for 45 bucks. Get it, okay? You will not be unhappy with this purchase if you're looking for like this kind of perfumes, okay? So distinctive, gentlemanly. Okay, so the next one, let's ignore the people outside. We cannot control that. Next one is something I want to actually put, this same house I want to put Jaipur, but always I put Jaipur or Jaipur by this house called Boucheron. I just want to give this props a little bit, okay? This one I'm going to wear more as well, okay? This is called Boucheron Homme EDP with the frosted glass at the side. This fragrance, I'll tell you something special about it. There is a ring from Boucheron. Boucheron I think they make jewelry. They also have a ring that is like this. When you wear the ring, it's like this. So that is like Cartier also make watches and, accessories. This one they also make, but just, inspiration. But this is also very classy. Like Jaipur is better than this, okay? This is in the same ballpark as the Aramis, okay? But when I smell it, it's like the spices, the lemon, combined together. It's literally like a Italian gangster, okay? Very high class, well suited, like Robert De Niro, what do you mean, So I cannot speak Italian, like that accent very well, but I do enjoy it. He's very funny, like, Taxi Driver, the movies he did. I love all his movies, and when he's funny, like that naughty grandpa or bad grandpa, like he's doing like all I want to do is F, very funny. Anyway, so Boucheron Homme, the EDP is longer lasting. It's actually better suited for, let's say, winter, but the EDT is more projecting, maybe works better for summer. But the EDT I didn't buy, I bought the EDP because this is so classy. Classy gentlemen, Boucheron Homme EDP. Those who haven't tried it, do try it. Next one is kind of like people say it's a weak juice, okay? You saw the bottle already. Not very professional, okay? So the fragrance I'm going to show you is Hugo Boss Bottled Oud. This bottle is my like second bottle. I have another bottle about this much juice left. So after this runs out, I'm going to buy another one. So the story with this, okay? This fragrance is not the longest lasting oud fragrance, which you expect like more premium. You pay like 85 bucks for a Hugo Boss, which doesn't last. This one has that's sweet, woody, kind of like, this smells like a cinnamony apple, so they added some oud. They say they use real oud, but I don't think so. But I think it smells like oud chips, like wooden chips, not the agar oud, but just the wooden chips. If you spray a little bit of pepper, like make it smell like malt, or let's say a little bit of apple, This is a warm apple scent, which is taken from the original Boss bottle, but I really think this fragrance is very mature, very high class. As long as it lasts 3 to good 4 hours in winter, I really enjoy this, okay? Boss Bottled Oud, you may get better performance than me, but I think this is the classiest oud from this line, okay? Hugo Boss made a very nice perfume here. So another oud I like, this one I like a little bit more. This is not as playful as the Boss, but this is very classy. This is, I think, very underrated. People don't talk about it. I discovered it once and I thought at first like, hey, not that good like the previous release, which is called Polo Oud, Ralph Lauren Oud or Polo Oud. Look at the bottle color, look at the color combination. You can tell classy, the crest and all that. So the pony, this perfume at first I thought it's just like less green version of Polo Green, but this perfume has lots and lots to offer on the dry down. This fragrance opens up kind of like a warm, spicy, kind of sweet, but the dry down is like green, woody, and a little bit of, maybe there is a hint of leather somewhere. Very classy. People talk about Polo Supreme Leather, Supreme Oud. Those are hard to find, but try this. This for the $85, excellent perfume. Polo Oud. Oh man, let me see what happened. There people are fighting actually. Yeah, sorry about that. I had to actually pause. They started singing again, and it's not singing. They're just literally screaming. I hate this kind of rude people. So they just don't understand. People can be sleeping at this late hours. Anyway, so that's Polo Oud. So let's hit top 6. Top 6 are a little bit different. I would say a little bit higher class compared to what I showed you just now. They're all classy, but these ones are a little bit more premium or, stuff like that. So number 6, I'm going to show you Givenchy Gentlemen. This is the EDP. So the name actually sort of suggested this list for me, okay? I did pick this up for the very first pick was this, okay? So this one is the family with Dior Intense, Valentino Uomo Intense, fragrances like those, and it smells very classy. And this has a lot more to offer than just lipsticky iris. This thing is dark, and these are the new bottles. So the previous bottles are a little bit bigger, So don't worry about it. Exactly same juice. They didn't reformulate it. Just the bottle got smaller. From the whole line, this is the most posh smelling one. You can go Reserve Privé. That's a classy one, but a little bit more flirty, playful, right? This thing, when you smell this on someone, I say pure respect. I did smell this in last winter. Many people wore this and it's very popular, but Reserve Privé is a little bit more popular. But this thing, it's modern masterpiece, okay? If you cannot afford the DHI, okay, or Valentino Uomo Intense, get this, 85 bucks, well spent. Givenchy Gentlemen EDP. Then comes a niche perfume, which I think it's very rare occasion I wear it, and I wear it on a very particular time, you know, like when I'm gonna meet up like some sophisticated people, like good frag heads, and they actually appreciate good stuff. This is the fragrance I would say is very nice, which is called Sartorial, okay? And this house is actually called Penhaligon's. Penhaligon's has a lot of great fragrance. I want to buy them, but they're good ones. Let's say the Legacy of Petra or those, you know, spicy Middle Eastern ones, they cost like $250 plus now, which is insane. This one I got a good deal, 150 bucks, which is very well spent money. I think this one has honey, this one has some spices, and this one definitely is a barbershop, got a lot of lavender, but the smell is actually the color of the clothing here. You know, people say this is like a tailor suit, the official smell when you smell the suits and stuff. So this is called Sartorial, okay? Definitely check it out, beautiful fragrance, and wait for like a little bit cool setup, okay? Like very warm setup, this one doesn't work. Sartorial is my number 5. Number 4, I have to bring this out. It's in the same ballpark as the Givenchy, but very gentleman-like. Armani Code Parfum, the big boy in the line. I do have some of the other code. I reviewed everything from code line, which I love. EDP, EDT, the Absolute, the code Sport or Ultimate, Special Blend. I remember a lot of them. There was like the blue one was code man, I forgot the name. So all of them are very classy and built for different occasions, but this one is my most favorite one. It's a bit expensive, okay? And I love this DNS so much because I save this spray for very special time. So Armani Code basically is that powdery, dreamy, kind of like, it adds maybe a little bit of a, I don't know if they added iris to this or something, but this smells very classy. So the powdery effect, let's say if you wear it with a tuxedo and everything, this is gonna be great. Very classy, gentlemen. This is called Armani Code Parfum. Sorry guys, that yelling thing really ruined my mood. I shouldn't be so engaged, but I cannot understand why people are so stupid, you know, sometimes, okay? Number 3, this is the most rare one here, and I'm gonna show you straight up. I have no regrets putting it here. Some of you will be hating me for this, like, why show it here if it's not around, right? I'm showing it because I appreciate this. This is another fragrance which is very tough to find, very complex. So this fragrance is something like, you can say, more cacao, dark, chocolatey version of the Dior Indians, more masculine. So this one is called LIDGE, Lance Tinted Guerlain by Guerlain, okay? This perfume, check it out, man. I don't think you can hear them, but they're very loud on the rooftop. So this thing, it smells like dark chocolate, basically woody. And this perfume is not for everybody, but when you dress it up, man, this smells great in winter, okay? So LIDGE, Lance Tinted Guerlain, the dark reaches, extreme. Number 2 and number 1. Number 2, Naxos, okay? The juice color is getting orangey. This is what happens after 1 to 2 years of maceration. This is a 2 years old bottle. So buy a Naxos new one, keep it in the collection for 1.5 years. This one is also gonna get from yellow to this color, but the color is not the significant one, it's the smell and the potency. The richness of this, man, this is some really, really potent stuff. If you like Pure Heaven, this is like cheaper than Pure Heaven now in the market. So get Naxos, amazing fragrance. Like it's money well spent, okay? That's number 2. And number 1 I'm gonna show you is the fragrance I wore day before yesterday with one of my friends. And this perfume, I wear it a lot of time when it rains and stuff. I wanna feel really, really special, very special perfume. I wish I could buy a backup. Cartier Declaration d'un Soir or Declaration d'un Soir. The rose done most regal way. It's playful, it got sandalwood, it got pink pepper, this and that. It also has some citruses, I believe. So the rose in this, it's not your typical rose. It's a very classy, elegant rose, and the sandalwood is very beautiful. This, if this was sold in a niche packaging or bottle, this would fetch $300. That good. Okay, so number 1 is Declaration d'un Soir. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, and do let me know what are your favorite distinctive gentlemanly fragrances. Okay, have a nice day. See you soon. Good night from Dhaka, Bangladesh.